Hi everyone, this is Jackie Pride, and I wanted to do a clip on the Page of Wands. I'm doing a core card series, and I hope you enjoy it. I dedicate it to my friend Ingrid, who plays a harp. And anyway, so I wanted to do the Page of Wands, and I'm using the Tarot of the New Vision. And that deck is just an amazing deck, and it spins the traditional image 180 degrees so that we can see what the um, we can see an expanded perspective of the card. So normally the Page of Wands shows a young person with a wand, and it's associated with communication, maybe even gossip, just a lot of networking and phone calls. Just there's an increase in communication amongst people. Um, that's what it's traditionally associated with. For me, though, like I've said before, the pages look to me like they're actually in more of a thinking, contemplative mood. They don't necessarily look like they're ready to take action yet. So for me, when the Page of Wands comes up, I see someone who's more thinking about what he wants to say. It does have to do with communication, but to me, the Wands also means life force, and the wand suit shows me if the life force is being blocked or if it's you know harmonized and going with the flow. So in this picture we see that the page is holding onto his wand, but in the distance there's a woman walking away from him and her wand is on fire. So maybe that could be the Queen of Wands. Maybe she knows how to articulate what she wants to say. She's wiser. She just maybe is able to flow with her communication and just has more confidence with her communication. And maybe that's why her wand is on fire. But his is, it's almost like he's standing there thinking about what he wants to say. To me, this card comes up when people um, want to talk about something, but they don't know how to say it. They may have anxiety around it. There may be a lack of confidence with speaking up and talking about subjects that other people don't want to talk about. Also, I think that the Page of Wands indicates that we may be stressing out a little bit or having anxiety around communication with someone. There may be an increase in reaching out to the people that support us for help. So, for example, maybe there's someone around you that makes you nervous, or for whatever reason they're triggering an anxiety feeling in you. Maybe there's a lot you want to say, but you don't know how to say it or even address it. Um, Maybe you're not able to find the right words, and so you want to articulate yourself um, in a positive, flowing way, not be tripping over your words. But for whatever reason, this person kind of you can feel yourself blocking up what you want to say. I think this card tends to bring up issues about having trouble asking point blank questions and just basically being very direct. Maybe, maybe too direct, but I think there's an issue about being very direct in communication, kind of like, do you love me? Do you want to marry me? Do we have a future together? Do I have a future with this company? Am I going to get it's like one of those things like, do you like me? Do you like me? Do you hate me? It's like one of those things. Very direct questions that we may feel embarrassed to ask because those questions show that maybe we're feeling a little bit vulnerable or insecure. You know, um, I mean, if you've ever had somebody say to you, what do you think about me? It's like, what do you want me to think about? I think you're fine. What do you want? So um, it shows but it maybe what you think about them, it matters to them. So to me, this card comes up. It's just basically indicating there's a lot on our mind. we don't know how to talk about it, so we may be going to other people to talk about what's on our mind, and that may be the increase in communication. We may be asking our friends and the people around us for more advice than we usually tend to ask them for. Um, I think that when this card comes up, good basic advice would be um, doing angel therapy or praying over your throat chakra, going to your God box and affirming and like going to God and saying, please co-create with me the um, the right words to come out, that the courage to say whatever needs to be said. I'm not going to stress about it anymore. Just when the opportunity comes up, because this card also talks about there's something you want to say, but maybe you feel like you're forcing the opportunity to say it rather than letting it happen naturally. So then it's about being patient and waiting for the right opportunity. But just saying, like, God, please co-create with me. The trusting myself and being able to communicate what needs to be said in a positive, appropriate way in an appropriate setting. Um, and just when the time is right, it will happen. The words will be said, and I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to force it. Um, and then just maybe getting clear on like what you want to tell somebody, or if this card comes up for like maybe somebody has something they want to say to you, but they don't know how to say it. So, um, and then asking maybe Archangel Gabriel to come in and clear out the communication patterns, clear out the communication problems. And again, if you cannot find the words, or if you really are feeling anxious about this, you can always, this is another like technique people do, is they write a letter to the person's like soul or the other person's guardian angel or higher self, and you write the letter and you write everything that you want to say. And what I would do, because I use a God box for my manifestation techniques, I would put that letter in the God box. I would ask Archangel Gabriel to send that message to the soul of the person that I wanted to talk to, and then I would allow it to just, I would let it go and know that on the deeper levels of the psyche, where there is full there is not the illusion of separation, I would know that the message would get to that soul. That soul would absorb that message and then possibly give me a message back. And then what I would begin to look for is signs and maybe paying attention to songs that to me is like an answer back to that letter. So, sometimes people have a hard time saying very direct emotional truths to each other, like I love you. If you come up in a family where that's not really that's not the way people talk. In my family it's like they're quicker to tell you what's wrong with you than to give you any kind of praise for what's right. So if you grow up in a family where expressing yourself and just saying how you feel isn't the norm, those techniques are a good way to get it off your chest energetically. And again, this card represents that the opportunity to speak your truth will happen. It's just a matter of being patient. And so that's my take on the Page of Wands. And I hope that this helped. And I bless us all with enlightenment. And God bless. Bye-bye.